Good morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, it's Thursday, and so we'll be watching for any daily reports of new sales out of the U.S., corn and beans, and also the weekly export sales numbers. I think beans are higher overnight. On talk that China was a buyer of U.S. soybeans out in the Jan-Feb period yesterday. That might show up in the daily report, and the market's looking for some pretty good export sales in corn and soybeans. Wheat sales continue to be maybe low because Black Sea and even Baltic wheat prices are cheaper than U.S. and that we may lose out on some of this export business unless China comes in and buys U.S. wheat. We'll also be watching the weather. Looks like the maps are showing some rains early next week across the Midwest. One map has it in the western states, the other one has it in the eastern states. We then see a cool down. We could see some frosty temperatures in Canada and maybe the far northern plains. The next day we could actually see some in western Nebraska, but we don't think there's going to be any damage done to the U.S. crop. After this cold air, we probably could see a warm up in temps and drier weather to allow the crops to mature and getting into harvest. And so the bears feel that we're close to a top in the markets as we approach, especially the corn harvest and down the road, the bean harvest. So we have a situation where the market's trying to price in a little bit lower U.S. crop numbers, corn and beans, versus some demand for exports on that fourth quarter and even the first quarter of 2021 that could be close to record high. As far as numbers are concerned, we saw another crop group come out with a crop number for corn about 15 billion bushels, a yield of 179.5. A soybean crop just under 4.4 billion bushels, a yield of 52.5. Their 2021 corn carryout is about 2,900 and beans 610. So again, all those numbers are bearish to prices if the USDA confirms that on September 11th. So we'll be watching any news on the economy. We'll be watching any news on the virus, impact it has on the economy. And then we'll be watching export sales today, weather, and then down the road, the September 11th USDA crop report. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day. And remember, changing tomorrow starts today.